Our first book recommendation of 2021 is one of the best books that I read in 2020, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E.Schwab. And if you haven't read anything by V.E.Schwab yet, I highly suggest reading the Darker Shade of Magic series. It is beyond amazing. V.E.Schwab is such a wonderful writer, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is no exception. I love hearing the story behind this book because V.E.Schwab said that it was like 20 years, I think, in the making, or 10 years or a long amount of years in the making, where this character of Addie LaRue just kept floating in and out of her brain. And I love the way that the floating in and out of her brain throughout her life played into the storyline of Addie LaRue. So the basic idea is that Addie is somebody who she wants immortality, and she's granted it. She makes a deal with the devil. They don't really call it the devil, but it's some dark, mysterious old god comes and grants Addie immortality, but nobody can remember her. If they leave a room and come back, they don't know who she is. If they fall asleep and come back, they don't know who she is. And so she is immortal, but not remembered, which is such an interesting concept to me. And the way in which V.E.Schwab connects Addie's life through the years and brings us with her and has us meet these people with her and has us live an immortal but forgettable life. It's both tragic and exciting, thrilling and depressing. It takes you on a roller coaster of emotions, and the ending, I can't talk about the ending because I don't want to give it away, but it's so beautiful and meta and brilliant and smart, and it just proves why V.E.Schwab is one of the best writers that we currently have alive in the fantasy genre. It is just a beautiful, beautiful book. I highly suggest it. It is, I think, kind of like middle adult or new adult, I think they're called. I would say it's probably set for somebody in their 20s, but I'm 38 and loved reading it. So I highly, highly suggest The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's one of the better books that I read in 2020, and I'm super excited that it's our first book recommendation for 2021. There is a link to purchase it from an independent bookstore near you. You can find one in our bio, and if you want to listen to it on audiobook, it's also an amazing audiobook. I highly suggest using Libro.fm. They're an independent way to support independent bookstores while buying books. It is much better than buying off of Amazon or Audible. Support local bookstores, support writers, and buy your books through Libro.fm or through Indie Brown. And we have links to both in the show notes. So enjoy The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E.Schwab. And let me know, ping me on Instagram at School for Writers, and let me know if you loved this book as much as I did, because it is amazing. Would you like to have your book recommendation out here? Do you have a book that you just love and want to tell the world about? Send us a DM at School for Writers on Instagram, and we will tell you how to record your own book recording so we can have your book recommendation on the podcast during season 2.